Okay, let's just dive right in. The tech job market is, well, it's more competitive than ever. And if you're looking for a new role, you know the grind is absolutely real. But what if you had a secret weapon? Today, we're going to break down how you can use AI to completely transform your job hunt from a total chore into a winning strategy.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there, just staring at this endless feed of job boards, firing off resumes into what feels like a digital black hole, and just wondering, is anyone even seeing this? It's frustrating, it's overwhelming, and honestly, it's a pretty inefficient way to find a job you'll actually love. And that better way, it's already here. No, I'm not talking about some far-off futuristic technology. I'm talking about using artificial intelligence as your personal career co-pilot, right now. Think of it less like some complex tool you have to go and master, and more like a smart assistant that's 100% dedicated to landing you your next great gig.
So let's get into our first section, the modern tech job hunt. The whole goal here is to shift the entire process from being overwhelming to being optimized. It's about moving from a game of chance to a game of pure precision.
I mean, this slide really just says it all. The old way, that's reactive. It's endless scrolling, sending out the same generic resume over and over, and just kind of hoping for the best. But the new way, the AI-powered way, that's proactive. It replaces that mindless scroll with targeted discovery. It swaps out those generic resumes for perfectly tailored materials. And it turns that application black hole into a data-driven approach that actually gets you results.
So let's start at the very beginning. Finding the right opportunities in the first place. This is where so many people get stuck. But it's also where your AI copilot can immediately give you a serious edge.
You see, your AI copilot goes so much deeper than just a simple keyword search for, say, software engineer. It can analyze your entire resume, your LinkedIn profile, even your GitHub projects to really understand the nuance of what you do. Then, it matches that deep profile to job descriptions, uncovering these amazing roles at interesting startups or specialized teams that you would have never found on your own. It's all about finding a true match, not just for your skills, but for your long-term career goals too.
And that right there, that's the real power. It's not about finding more jobs. It's about finding the right one. The one that could define your whole next chapter, you know? The one that was just hidden beyond a normal search.
Okay, so you've found the perfect role. Awesome. Now you have to get your foot in the door. And that means creating an application that doesn't just impress the hiring manager, but first gets past their automated gatekeeper.
To beat the gatekeeper, you first have to know your opponent. The Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. Just think of it like a bouncer at a club. Before any human ever lays eyes on your application, this software scans it for specific keywords. If you don't have the right ones, you're automatically filtered out. It doesn't matter how qualified you are. This is the first boss you have to beat. But here's the thing. You can use AI to beat the ATS every single time, and it's a super simple 4-step process. First, you just feed the AI the job description. Second, you give it your main resume so it has context. Third, and this is the key, you prompt it to find the most important keywords and suggest ways to weave them in naturally. And finally, step 4, you review and personalize it. The AI does all the heavy lifting, you just provide that final human touch.
And that's the magic. I mean, what used to take an hour of painful, detailed work for every single application can now be done in minutes. You get a highly optimized, unique resume for every single job you apply for, which dramatically increases your chances of getting that first callback.
All right, your tailored resume worked. You beat the bots, you impressed the recruiter, and you landed the interview. Now for the next stage, AI-assisted interview prep. This is where you practice, prepare, and perform. And it's where AI becomes your secret weapon for building just unshakable confidence.
Just imagine having a personal interview coach on call 24/7. You can feed the AI the job description and bam, it generates a list of likely technical and behavioral questions. Then you can run mock interviews, actually speaking your answers out loud and get immediate actionable feedback. Was your answer too long? Did you use a lot of filler words like and like? The AI will tell you. And what about those dreaded "tell me about a time when" questions? Well, it can help you structure your best project stories using the STAR method. That's situation, task, action, and result, making sure your answers are tight, compelling, and perfectly on point. It is the ultimate practice part.
So, when you put it all together, you can see this is way more than just a few little tricks. It's really about having a new career co-pilot. This represents a fundamental shift towards a smarter, more strategic, and more effective way to hunt for a job.
And hey, if you need just one number to prove why this all matters, remember this one. We talked about beating the ATS with a tailored resume, right? Well, doing that makes your application up to 75% more likely to pass those automated screens. Using that simple AI workflow gives you a massive, data-backed advantage right from the very start.
Ultimately, that's what this all boils down to. Using AI as your co-pilot streamlines the entire process. You spend less time on those frustrating, low-yield tasks and more time actually preparing for interviews for jobs that you're genuinely excited about. It's about taking back control of your own job search.
At the end of the day, AI is already changing how companies hire. That's a fact. So the real question isn't if the job hunt is changing, it's whether you'll let that change help you win. You can stick with the old way, or you can leverage these new strategies to give yourself an undeniable edge in landing your next great role. The choice is yours.